I know I let all of them down, so.
Why do you say you didn't play well?
No.
Well, why don't you think you played well?
Because I didn't win my rushes. I did the wrong things on a couple plays. I just need to be more of an impact player.
Nick Bosa fitting himself for a pair of goat horns potentially as we look at the Goats in a Bad Way draft for Week 15. Chris, we're going to pick three guys each, or I guess guys, coaches, teams. You can pick the entire organization if you want because nothing stopped you from doing it in the past. But before we get to it, we have to determine the first pick. And to do that, trivia question time. What do you have for me?
Well, all right. Drew Brees now has the record with 541 career TD passes. Which player has caught more Drew Brees TD passes than anyone else?
Gosh. Marcus Colston.
Good job.
Hey, how about that? He was there last night for the 10-year anniversary of the Super Bowl 44 team. All right, I'm going to jump right into it, and I am going to go with I feel like I pick this guy every week, but you know what? Don't play like crap, and you won't be on the list, Derek Carr. I got to give it to Derek Carr. He's the quarterback of the team that lost the last game that ever will be played at the Oakland Coliseum. How do you do that? How does that happen? How does it? How? Why? The Jaguars had not won a game, on the West Coast since 2005. 14 years went by, and they win that one, and Derek Carr gets booed off the field, and I just feel like it's over for him in Oakland. From 6-4 to 6-8, and I think John Gruden has been plotting quietly for 2 years the upgrade to another quarterback, a better quarterback than Derek Carr. I don't know who it's going to be. A lot of veterans are going to be available, and we know he likes veterans. We know he wants another Rich Gannon, and I just think that he's decided Derek Carr is not the answer, Chris.
Well, I think it's 50-50. I'm with you there. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know John Gruden, and of course he's not. Should I
pick Gruden instead of Carr? It's got to be somebody from that team.
This is it's disappointing, and I was with you there. But you're missing, and this is my first pick. You're missing the biggest goat from this game. The freaking referees. Derek Carr, we're not having this conversation. He slid in bounds. The clock shouldn't have stopped. They stopped the clock. They screwed over the Oakland Raiders. That would have gave the Jaguars significantly less time to have the ball to score. The referees in Al Riveron called John Gruden to apologize. But Derek Carr, who's sliding late in the fourth quarter, and we all know because it happens every game that the quarterback is marked down where he starts his slide. He started his slide 4 yards from the sideline and barely got to the sideline at the end of the slide. And they said he went out of bounds. That was a bonehead mistake. And the referees...
Do we have that play? I'd like to see that play.
Yeah. I mean, that to me was a disheartening moment.
Here's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to say.
Right. Don't go that close.
I don't. Why slide there? Why leave any doubt? Just fall down. There was no one close to him, right? He wasn't going to get hit. He wasn't sliding to avoid contact.
Yep.
I think the message and the learning, the teaching, the coaching point for every other player, when you are at the sideline and you want to stop the clock, don't risk sliding out of bounds. Never go out of bounds. Fall down in bounds.
Here it is.
Period. Don't risk it. Okay, here he is right there. Yeah, I mean, he did slide. Yeah, that was a slide.
Yeah. There's no
bounds.
excuse. I understand what you're saying. He flirted a little bit, but we can blame Derek Carr, but hey, referees, know the freaking rules. I mean, that's all I can really say there. That's what's that.
And again, I feel bad, right? He's already blocked me on Twitter, so it's not like he can block me again.
You don't feel that bad. You pick him every week in the draft. Don't worry.
But somebody's responsible, and the part of this too is I'm a little ticked off because the Raiders covering was one of my best bets. Before they can cover, they have to win.
Yeah.
And how do they not win? The Jaguars got beat 45-10 by the Chargers last week, for crying out loud. And look, the quarterback gets the credit when things go well. The quarterback gets the blame when things go poorly. So it was Gruden or it was Carr, and I'm going with Carr because Gruden will be there next year when they move to Las Vegas. Carr won't.
Well, I hear you. But, I checked the rule book, too. The defense is allowed to stop a team when they have a 13-point lead and not let them come back and win either. So
what rule is that? Is that Rule 10, Article 12, Section 3?
Tackle thy other team before they reach your end zone. Go ahead.
That sounds like something Moses brought down from Mount Sinai.
It was one of the 10 commandments of football.
Go ahead. What do you got?
It's your pick. I just picked.
Oh, you picked the –
I'm picking the officials, yeah.
I'm going Phillip Rivers because Phillip Rivers had 3 interceptions in what will be one of his final games with the Chargers. And, again, if Derek Carr is responsible for what happened in Oakland, Phillip Rivers is responsible for what happened in L.A. 7 turnovers for the Chargers on Sunday. It should have been worse than 39-10, and they could have won that game. So, look, for every good game Rivers has now, it feels like he has 3 or 4 or more bad ones. I like the guy. He's been a great quarterback. It's over with the Chargers. The question is, will he end up somewhere else? You think John Gruden would want Phillip Rivers? He wouldn't want Phillip Rivers, would he?
I don't think so. I think John's got to be thinking future, got to build around somebody like that. He doesn't want to deal with the guy at the end of his career. I can't imagine that being the case. But I'm with you. I mean, Phillip Rivers was on my list too. I was going to kind of lump him and Melvin Gordon together. I mean, for the way they put the Chargers in the hole to start the game and to the start of the third quarter. It was that game was there to be had. Again, it was there to be had, and they truly just in the ultimate Chargers way found a way to screw that whole thing up. So I'm with you. That's a good pick all the way there. I think I got to go with Devlin Duck Hodges probably as my next one as far as GOAT. And, I know he throws 4 interceptions. I could sit there and say, 2 of them were not that bad. I mean, the one at the end of the game, he's got to be desperate. He threw another one on a 4th down, threw another one on a 3rd and long that ended up being a punt. But specifically the one he threw in the 3rd quarter to Tre'Davious White on the right sideline. Across the field, the Steelers are up 10-7 and controlling the football game, and throws the ball 3 or 4 feet behind the wide receiver. But just a moment of the game where, you just don't take that chance there. You don't. You're controlling it. You got a superstar defense. Don't mess it up. 3-point lead, and you're in field goal range to make a 6-point lead is like huge with the kind of defense the Pittsburgh Steelers have. So Devlin Hodges he was the duck in a bad way this week.
Yeah, and look, those 4 picks, that matches what Mason Rudolph did in the game before Rudolph was benched for Hodges, and now Mike Tomlin thinking about what he's going to do at quarterback. He may have an announcement later today. He does that Tuesday noon Eastern press conference. He may tell us who the quarterback will be for the Pittsburgh Steelers as they take on the Jets in New Jersey this weekend. I got to go with Todd Gurley as my final pick. Todd Gurley had a bad day at a time when it felt like everything was moving in the right direction for the Rams. That offense flows through him. He's the straw that stirs their drink. And if you're an elite running back, and if you're going to have a chip on your shoulder, when he was salty when Jared Goff pointed out that Todd Gurley had a vintage performance in their win against Seattle. He didn't like that. I'm telling you what, they got to tiptoe on eggshells around Todd Gurley. You got to be careful what you say about him. You can't talk about his knee. Very sensitive guy. And, hey, if you're going to be that way, and if you're going to view yourself as a great running back, you got to deliver in big spots. Season kind of on the line. Todd Gurley didn't get it done. More pressure on him and the Rams offense on Saturday night against the 49ers. But that offense goes through Gurley, and when that offense gets shut down, it's on Gurley. He's the GOAT number 3 for me for Week 15.
Yeah, well, I'm with you there. You could have probably picked a few people from the Rams. I mean, it wasn't good. I honestly might have gotten Jared Goff there, too. I mean, Jared Goff missed some throws in the game again where you just, you're making $33.5 or $34 million a year. You can't do it. But that was a pitiful performance by the Rams across the board. It really was. And you're right. Gurley wasn't great. Offensive line got whooped. Goff missed throws. Defense got whooped and couldn't get off the field. So there was a lot of issues.
You think Gurley's on the Rams next year?
No, I don't. Not for the price tag. What he's going to make next year? A little over around $11 million, right? Close to that, if I remember correctly.
He's got $10.5 million that becomes fully guaranteed in March.
Yeah.
And I think before that happens, the only thing that I think would save him is if his agent is permitted to see what someone else would pay him if he were available.
Right.
And he realizes there's nothing and he maybe takes less to stay with the Rams. 2020 salary is a $5.5 million base salary and a $7.5 million roster bonus paid next year. It fully guarantees. Oh, wait a minute. Now, they did a nice job here. They did a nice job with this contract. He's already got money fully guaranteed for 2020. It's money in 2021 that becomes fully guaranteed on the third day of the 2020 league year. Yeah, they've got some decisions to make. So he stays there
for one more year, but they're not going to so they might have to get rid of him to just stay out of the financial liabilities of the 2021 season.
Yeah, I got to look at this a little more carefully, but I think they got a problem. Yeah. They got a problem.
All right.
So, all right.
All right, last pick. I just want to finish this off of this butt-whooping of a draft that I'm giving you here. I'm going with the Chicago Bears' Jesper Horsted, okay? The rookie who didn't pitch the ball at the end of the game. I got to go with it. I mean, he robbed us all of a great moment in football this year. It was the Stanford band moment. It was, oh, my gosh, they're going to score. This is unbelievable. Now, I understand they had to go for a 2-point conversion to tie the game anyways, but this played out perfectly. Tariq Cohen does a good job. Back to Trubisky. Oh, Trubisky makes a move. Doesn't panic. Does a good job getting extra yards. Makes the proper pitch. Open up your eyes, Mr. Man from Princeton. You're from the Ivy League. Look to the right, and Allen Robinson walks in. He robbed us, so he becomes one of the GOATs of the week. Sorry,
so
Jesper.
It's not about anything it did to the team. It's about the fact that it robbed us of a moment that we all would have enjoyed very much.
Yeah, screw the team, okay? It robbed us. I wanted a great moment right there. They messed up for us, the viewers.
I can get behind that because it looked like it was going to happen.
Yeah.
It was one of those, oh, crap, they're going to do this.
Right.
And if he just gets rid of it and realizes he's got a guy there wide open, then it would have happened. All right. We're going to take a break. When we return, more on Drew Brees' historic night. Before we go, though, my picks for today's Goats in a Bad Way draft: Derek Carr, Phillip Rivers, Todd Gurley. Simms has the Jacksonville Oakland officials, Duck Hodges, and Jesper Horsted.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.